So any questions from last 3 sessions, or we'll continue?
No, we can continue.
Okay. Okay, this slide need to be changed. So today we are working on CKMLCP mainly,
Okay.
actual costing.
Okay.
So yesterday we have covered this standard costing in detail. This one too we have covered before. If missing, I'll add later. And today we're covering actual costing, material ledger. Just to recap, first yearly we do standard costing. We release that as standard price during the month. All goods movement happen at standard price, and variances are as all the goods movement happen, variances get saved in CKM3. And in month end, those variances are posted to either inventory or COGS. So we cover this part today. So the sequence should be first, standard costing should be released after doing all the configuration for the whole year. Then when we are starting ML closing, we should shift period in period 1 to 2, so that next month, for example, we are in June. So June period should be open and May also should be open. We are doing closing of CKMLCP in May, but June goods movement should go on. That's why we open period 2 also, next month also, June, for example. Then we start after all the month goods movement happen, then we start ML closing. Now, these are the configurations which are required before we start ML. We need to define what is the valuation level. Is it a company code or a plant? Normally, we define plant as a valuation level. Then there is we need to define currency types. In your case, we have 10 and 30 legal and group currency types. In FI, we can have 8 to 10 currencies. ML only 3 are allowed, maximum 3 currency types. That is legal, group, or profit center valuation. So whatever we have decided, we need to configure those currency types, and there is a technical name called material ledger types. In your case, it will be 1030 currency types, and they are assigned to material ledger type. Then OMX3, we need to assign those material ledger types to valuation area where you want to run CKMLCP, only those plants. So valuation area means normally plant. Then we can check, then we need to activate material ledger CKM start, the T code, and we can check CKM name if configuration are correct or not. And activation of material ledger, then number range, the number range for material ledger document.
Okay.
This is more detailed ones, assign same thing, assign currency types to material ledger type, material ledger type to valuation area, activate material ledger, number range. Dynamic, normally we don't do dynamic price changes. Right? Yeah. We also assign material movement type groups to material ledger. And this is additional, this is optional to activate actual costing. If you want to CKMLCP, then we need to activate actual costing. Then we also need to activate actual cost component split. And if you want to do WAP at actual cost. These are the screenshot in SPRO, where you can see all the steps. They all configuration for material ledger actual costing. These are the screenshots. For example, we are seeing here, this will be your case also. So there are two currency types, 1030, and those we assign to material ledger type. This is material ledger type. And then we assign this material ledger type to plant. Then this material ledger type is assigned to the plant. So all the plants where we want to do activate material ledger, we need to assign there this T code. One more configuration, important configuration. This is for if you want CKMLCP to do activity price revaluation and post to finished goods, the variances. So we need to configure as two activity.
What is this?
So this is in
So-
HANA. Maybe this not be there in. So there are two options. One, you do revaluation of production orders. That option normally in ECC is that option. When we calculate the actual price. So beginning of the period, we have KP26 plan price. Then you run KSII during the month end, where because we get actual cost posted to cost center. Then we calculate actual price KSII. Now onwards, there are two options. Either revaluate production order, CON2 is a T code. Second option is let in CKMLCP do this step for you. That posting the variances of activity type to finished good. So if we maintain this two, then it will happen. So activity update relevant to price determination.
Activity update relevant to price determination is, if that is
For
checked, only then CKMLCP will be.
posting the variances to finished good, from activities to finished good or semi-finished good.
Okay.
The variances of activity types only.
Okay.
So not many companies do it. Sort of many projects, only one I've seen, one or two. Normally they do CON2, revaluate production orders.
Yeah, I think we use Contour.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is then not relevant.
Mhm.
This I just pasted the advantage of standard price and disadvantage of standard price and moving average price. Should I go through this? Just got a good document, so I pasted it here.
Okay. But when you share this power, you're not you did not share the PowerPoint with me, right? You only shared the recordings of the sessions with me.
No PDF I'm sharing. That is PowerPoint. Let me double check. Stop. Oh, yesterday I didn't share it. Oh, yesterday I shared.
No, you shared for the first two classes. Um,
Okay, first, okay, yesterday I didn't share. Recording also I shared yesterday.
no, oh no, only first two classes, but that is okay.
Okay, I'll share
PowerPoint,
it.
you shared PowerPoint?
Yeah, I can share. Instead of PDF, I can share because it's huge.
No, no, it doesn't matter to me. PDF is fine as it doesn't matter PowerPoint or PDF. In LinkedIn, you shared PowerPoint, PDF.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
yesterday I
I
missed
missed
it.
it.
I'll double check. I'll share for yesterday's now.
Oh, yes, I see. Sorry, sorry. You have shared it here.
There, no? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
The PDF is missing for yesterday, I'll show.
No, no rush, no rush. Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday one I've shared now.
Thank you.
So should I cover or skip? You can go through this
I
one
will go
later.
through, and if I have questions, I will ask you.
Okay. So the main difference is if you keep moving average price, there's no multi-level production variances roll up. But in CKMLCP weighted average moving price, it happens. Now we'll go in depth into CKMLCP. So we have covered the configuration part. So first we need to here create the CKMLCP step for each month is required every month. In advance, we need to create. For example, we are creating now for the, and we need to select for which plant. There's so many plants are there. It will show in the right side in the system and for which plant you want to do CKMLCP.
Before going into, we look at CKM3N first, or we have to go through.
So I don't have
CK.
SAP system with me. So I prepared. So here I'll be showing what happens in each, after each step, what happens in CKM3N.
Okay, okay. Then I will let you. Yeah, that's fine.
So how did we execute and then what happens for each step?
Mm-hmm.
So first we need to create a variant for every month CKMLCP. It's mandatory before we start running CKMLCP.
Mm-hmm.
Then next step is when we create, we need to assign which plant I'm doing. So if it's a global environment, normally we create this for each region, separate cockpit, separate CKMLCP. So there will be four, for example, which in DuPont we used to do for America separately, Europe separately, Asia separately, Mexico separately.
Hmm.
The reason because the team is also separate, who looks into ML team separate. It was outsourced to Wipro, but within Wipro the team was separate. But one condition is there normally, and second thing, okay, one issue we found in current project is they didn't activate material ledger for warehouse plants. So no where, so they found a flaw. It is a flaw. So there were two plants. One plant was done by some other big four, and second plant we were doing. We found a flaw that ML was not active for warehouse plants. So best practice is wherever there is a goods movement between two plants, so all plants should be activated for ML so that even cross plant variances can flow. If you're transferring from one plant to other, the variances should flow from one plant to other. So that's the best practice. Wherever there is a goods movement, those plants should be activated for ML. And then decide how you want to do globally or regionally CKMLCP. So those plants we should select for ML. So this is a costing running. It's always created for a month, always. This I'm showing for HANA, and next slide I show for ECC. There are more steps in ECC. HANA, they are simplified. Well, this is selection, preparation. There is
Yeah, because we have lot of other steps, single level, multi-level.
multi-level, yeah. So I'm showing both. In future slides, I'll be showing only this ECC part.
Okay.
Now this is ECC. So now I'll explain each and every step and then impact on CKM 3N.
Okay.
So first step is we put selection screen. So what happens in when we execute this step, only those material which has price control S and price determination 3, those will be picked up in this selection when we do selection. So plant we
So
already selected.
Only materials with price control S, you said, right?
Right.
Okay.
V are ignored if we do V. So then, so that is required. So when we create metal master, so we should be careful. It should be S and 3. Price determination 3. So when we go live, we ensure we check metal masters also. It is correct or not.
Okay.
So this step is to select material. Plant we already selected. From those plants, which material should be selected. Normally, we also create at price determination 2 like spare parts. So we ignore that. The system ignores that. And price control V or packaging material. All the materials which are not used for production created at 2 and V. So system ignores it. So this is first step. So next step is determine sequence. So it determines the sequence from the BOM. First, it will do variance posting for raw material, then for semi-finished good, in the end for finished good. So that roll-up happens. Internally, it will determine
from the
this.
BOM, what did you say? I think I had an internet problem. What did you say from the BOM?
So in the BOM, when we explode a BOM, it has raw material, semi-finished good, and finished good. For example, for making a FG, it will have raw material and SFG in that BOM. Or a list of materials, material code and quantity. So it will pick up from that BOM and determine the sequence. It will start from lower level. It will determine the sequence of costing, actual costing. So it will that raw material first, then semi-finished good, and then finished. Internally, it will determine the sequence.
Okay, so raw material first. So, that's what it means by determining sequences from the BOM. It is picking up how to roll up the cost.
Right. And which one to do first? Which one to do next step? Then which one to do last step? So that correct roll up happens. Then we do a single level price determination. This step both are merged into one. These three. Sorry, these two are merged into one in HANA. Single level is one material only. Multi-level is when we roll up to semi-finished good or finished good. So here it calculates at the lower level all the price differences. Next step, it rolls up the price difference from raw material to semi-finished good and finished good to semi-finished good to finished good. Roll up happens in multi-level. Single level, it just calculates the price difference. It doesn't roll up, but it roll up happens at this multi-level price determination.
The single level, it calculates the price difference, but there is nothing to roll up because that's the only material, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it does at all materials, it finds the price differences. So single level term always refers to individual material.
Okay.
So this is what happens of single level in CKM3N. So there's no accounting entry posted in all these steps.
Mm-hmm.
Only in this post-closing step, we have accounting entry. So we
Okay.
can run this multiple times before month
Mm-hmm.
end to catch, because it will show up in CKM3N. You run this multiple times normally.
Okay.
Every day maybe as a good practice to catch big issues. As many times you can do.
Okay.
But this post closing we should do only once when we are 100% confirmed that nothing, there's no issue in CKM3.
Okay.
But it shows up in CKM3N. Like next slide I'll show. The single level, multi-level, it will show up in the CKM3N screen, but it's statistical, no posting done.
Mm-hmm.
So here you can see there is a single level price determination calculated for that material. It will show here single level
Okay.
price determination. Price variance, it is calculated. So there is 110 minus 29. 1, yeah. So these are the
So,
receipts and these are the
mhm.
issued.
So in this case, right, the beginning inventory is quantity is 70 and your preliminary valuation is,
At standard
I assume,
price. At
that is at
price.
standard price. Okay. And the 50,000 that you show under the price column is the unit price, right?
Right.
Okay. So in the second step, what happens is receipts happens. So either goods receipt or production order receipts are happening in that case. You're getting additional 300 quantity.
Yes.
So the 300, the 15,222 or 15 lakhs 222,000 is coming from the production order receipts.
Yeah, it will be most probably this material will be finished good maybe. And it is receiving SFG for that. So from this receipt is coming from production order for that material. Yeah.
But where is the price difference coming from on that one?
So no, I'm just showing this single level price
No, no, I
determination
understand. I understand it's just a
because this
screenshot.
I've taken a screenshot. So no idea about this. So I took it. I
Okay.
think last previous slides now I've shown. If you see last on day 2, it is coming. If you see those screenshot, it is coming from there. So I'll give you the link from where I'm getting all these screenshots to be clear. So remember in day 2 we covered all the good receipt, all the goods issue, purchases from purchase order, then coming from production order, and then settling. So all these screenshots are the next steps from there. So there you will be able to connect if you see the day 2 slides. My only purpose is to show here this single level price determination happens. It shows up in CKM3N. Then we do multi-level price determination. Next step. So here the variances of single level are pushed up to multi-level to semi-finished good and finished good. And when we run this, so here you can see consumption for next level. It pushes up the, this is a raw material. So this variance 2,02,500 is pushed up to semi-finished good. Roll up, multi-level roll up has happened. So it was a production, it is a raw materials are issued to semi-finished good. It's a minus entry or consumption entry via production order. So this raw material was issued to production order. And this is a semi-finished good. It received the raw material in that production order. And now the variances are pushed up. This variance we saw on day 2, this was the variance, and it got pushed up to now semi-finished good. So receipts from lower level, this consumption for next level. This is multi-level step. And this semi-finished good is sending to finished good. So this is the step it is showing. So focus on these three things. So for raw material, the price difference is rolling up to semi-finished good, and from semi-finished good, it is transferring to finished good. So there will be production order for semi-finished good, and there will be separate production order for finished good. So this is how multi-level happens. So here, this is a finished good, CKM3. It is received from lower level means from semi-finished good. So the main idea I wanted to show how roll-up happens in single level, but the push happens in multi-level. Single level, it remains in that material. Roll-up doesn't happen. Single level, it remains the metal master. In the CKM3, same material. When we run multi-level, it pushes from raw material to semi-finished good and then to finished good. And it shows up in finished good CKM3.
Okay.
Now there is a step for revaluation of consumption, the goods which were sold during the month. So the price difference, it revaluates the COGS entry. Because when we post sales, the entry is at standard price during the month. And this entry, this revaluation step, it revaluate the COGS at actual price. So the main purpose is to bring the cost of consumption or cost of COGS at actuals. But this step is in HANA is merged in post closing. It happens here only, both inventory as well as COGS.
Okay.
Here, I think the FI entry will be there, revaluation of consumption. FI entry will be posted. So you can see the account. This GL is hidden. Now the last step. So for your case, till multi-level, you can do multiple times. Revaluation it will post, post closing for inventory. These two it will post to FI. Till multi-level, you can do multiple times. Last step is post closing. It will revalue the inventory. This step.
So other than post closing, all the steps can be executed as many times during the month as we want, right?
Even revaluation we should not do. Both in ECC for revaluation and post closing, except these others we can do multiple times. Single level, multi level can do multiple times. No FA postings done. So when we are doing this post closing step only at this time, for the previous bit, for example, May, it will change price control to V, but for the June, it will be S. Always be S. This is internally what happens.
What does it mean? It changes the price control permanently to V. Is there any way we can revert it back other than reversing post closing?
No, this is a technical setting from SAP. We can't do any change. It happens internally. And only for the month, previous month. For example, we are in June. Only for the month May it will do, not for June. Next month, all entries are good movements happens at S only. Only when we are doing closing, post closing, at that time it will do. So that to calculate weighted average price for the whole month. So this is standard SP step. We can't change this.
Okay.
The whole logic is built from like this. And now we can now understand this last entry. These are the entries which are posted. So inventory raw material is revaluated. So we have this transaction key, this inventory count. FG count is revaluated. COGS is revaluated. And all this price from lower level or price difference from raw material, these are plus and minus. We saw single level and multi-level. These are the entries for single level, multi-level. So normally how I reconcile is we should enter a material number also in this FB03 screen. Take a dump into Excel and then reconcile. For example, you can see this 2,02,500 is a plus entry. And this is a credit entry, debit credit. So it knocks off. Like this, each entry we can knock off. 2,03,500 is 2,03,500. 20,000, 20,000 plus minus. 249, 249. And next month, it reverses the entry for the inventory reversal, FG reversal, etc. No, sorry, this is not reversal. This is for different material, I think. You can ignore this part. Simple. But these are the entries. And we need to add material number here to understand, and then take output into Excel. Then we can understand. And you can now see there are two more keys, transaction keys, PRY, PRV. PRV is for the price difference from lower levels. PRY is the ML entries.
Is that like standard SAP that cannot be changed, right? PRY
Yeah.
and PRV.
These are standard SAP.
Only the GL accounts will change, but
Yeah, this we cannot
what
change.
CKMLCP will post as
This fixed. These are fixed. And these are linked to GL accounts.
Okay.
This GL accounts.
Okay.
And now this is optional step. Do you want to mark and release? First, mark can only happen when we do this step in Material Master. It will go and sit as a future price for 1st July. For example, we are doing this closing for month of May. We are on June 10th. It will not, we can only do mark at this time. So mark, it will give the date in Material Master 1st July. This is the new standard price. This is optional. It depends. In DuPont, we used to do this every month. Other companies ignore this step. They used to keep standard for the whole year. But if you want to change standard every month, then mark and release. And release step happens, we create a batch job on 1st calendar day. It automatically picks up from this future price, and on 1st day of July, it will post as a standard price. We cannot execute this in June. On 1st July, we need to execute this step. Release. So in your scenario, it's happening, mark release, or we are not done?
No, we stop with post closing. We don't do
Post-closing.
mark and release.
Okay,
Yeah, ours is statistical actual costing.
right. One more thing I missed here. So I've taken these screenshots from a blog. I'll give you so that now you can understand the GL. I'll give you this link also. So first we purchase raw material and price difference. It goes and sit in the CKM3, 2,07,000. And we can see this 2,07,000 as purchase. We purchase this raw material from vendor, 2,07,000 price difference shows in CKM3. Now this is the same step. And this is for the this 2,70,000 is coming from other material. 2,70,000. One material is 2,07,000. Other material is 2,70,000. So two materials we purchase. There are two. This reflects in CKM3. This for the one material RM1. This is for RM2. So two price differences when we purchase. And now these are the activity types price difference which are posted. Now this is for the make finished goods material. The price differences it's coming from. These are the price difference 1,10,000, 5,83,000, 3,71,000. These are for semi-finished good. When we do actual activity price, so one price difference was from purchase. This price difference is from activity revaluation. And this 1,10,000 it's showing here. Make to FG1 it is coming from. When we settle of semi-finished good to finished good. So finished good is getting inventory from semi-finished good, and that variance is showing here. And then for other, also this 5,83,000 is coming again. This is activity price. Price difference is coming here, and this for the third material. That other material are used in SFG FG2. So that price difference is coming here. So all these three price differences are from activity type 1,10,000, 583, 371. 1,10,000, 583, 371 coming from equity price differences to finished good material. This was the sales entry, order to cash sales entry, but here there is no price difference posted. It is always at standard price. Only when we do revalued consumption, then this price difference will. In the CKMLCP step, it will come. So now we are running this. I'll show the steps. So here the 1,10,000 is coming from there. This is for FG1, 1,10,000. It's repeating from there. This price difference of 1 lakh. This 1 lakh. So these are the activity price differences coming. It's again showing there. 1,10,000. And then single level price determination. These variances are calculated and shown in CKM3. And then here it is showing the price difference from purchase raw material. So it is showing the multi-level price difference for raw material, which we had seen earlier. We had two price differences, 2,70,000 for RM1 and 2,07,000 for RM1, 2,70,000 for RM2. And then this price difference, it gets rolled up to a either semi-finished good or finished good where it is consumed. That it is showing in multi-level.
Mm.
This is single level or multi-level for raw. This is for raw material. At 2,07,000, and there was some consumption, and then this 2,02,500 is variance is transferred to. So for single level means for this material, it will remain here, but this is transferred to finished good. How much material was transferred? So only from 23,500 will remain in this raw material. Only 22,500 was issued. So that percentage will go to roll up. So this is a multi-level happens. So what is in inventory, it will stay there, but whatever is transferred to semi-finished good, it will go. Well, multi-level, it is transferred. From here you can see it is transferred to FG1. This was consumed in FG, this raw material. So it reduces from here and add it to FG1, multi-level price determination. Same way for other this second raw material, we had 2,70,000 purchase variance, 7,000, 7.40 remains. So single level remained here. Remaining, it will be transferred to FG2. Yes. So we had 2,70,000 purchase variance, 2,03,000 will be transferred because this is consumed in this SFG2 will be transferred to 2,03,000 will be transferred to there during multi-level price determination. Now this SFG is used in FG finished goods, so that part is transferred to 1,500 remains here. That multi this transfers to FG price variance.
I think what would help is if we take some live example from our system and maybe walk through what
Yeah,
CKM3N is showing for a material and just backtrack to what are the production transactions that happened and where the difference is coming from.
yeah. Tomorrow we can do it. I'll check whether all
Okay,
concepts are covered. Tomorrow we can do that.
okay, okay.
So this was what I plan to cover today. We'll send.
Okay.
So you can ask any questions now.
No, the concepts I think I understand as we talk through it. Where I think my struggle will be is with CKM3N in understanding. So in CKM, so CKM3N is just a display where it is just capturing every material moment, what is the
Yeah,
impact of that material moment, right, on the price and price differences.
just a report.
Just a report.
But it is
If
used in
we
CKMLCP to post variances. That data is used somewhere else in
mm,
CKMLCP. So during the month, it keeps on adding all entries get posted here. It's a reflection of all goods movement for that material, maybe SD, MM, PP, all the modules. It comes and sits here, CKM3N. All the transactions done for that material.
mm,
So
So
one
when
good,
we say all transactions, go
yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
yeah, please go ahead. So all transaction means MM, all the goods movement of MM.
So what I was going to ask is when we say, is it only like material transactions or in some cases, we have I have seen not just here, but anywhere, we have the practice of doing an MR21 price change, right?
Though, yes, that SAP recommends not to do, but emergency we can do. Even that will be reflected because most probably it will be, and I'm not sure, I'll check. Because that impacts material, right? We always enter material in MR21 or MR22.
Mm.
We enter
We
material
we
number
enter the
there.
material in MR21, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's why
MR21,
most likely
MR22, both are price changes.
then it will reflect here. So everything related to that material it will post here. In addition to goods movement, any other changes.
So these um, price change documents that get posted, that is also taken into account in at the end of the month while PUP is calculated.
So can you come again? Which documents?
So the price change documents, right? Anything that gets, say, for example, I did an MR21 price update to the material, right? There is a price change document that gets posted, a PR document that gets posted, right? Normally, this price change, whatever happened, is also treated like a goods movement and
Not a goods movement,
eh,
but changes to a material.
changes to a material. And ML uh, will take this into account in the case of calculation, price difference calculation at the end of the month.
I'm not 100% sure it should do, but I'll double confirm. Because
Okay.
SAP does not recommend to do those, only exceptional cases, MR
Mhm.
21, 22, because there is some impact. Because the chain
Okay.
is stopped. The goods when you do MR 21 or 22. I will double check and
Mm.
confirm what is the
Mm.
impact.
Okay.
So,
I'm good.
so I'll double check what other I have planned. I'll just double check. So I think the concepts are finished. Now we can see in your system.
Mm.
Next.
Okay. Okay. Maybe tomorrow I will share screens and maybe we'll
Yeah.
take one material and look at the CKM3 and from the beginning of that material and
Yes.
see how material ledger is reacting to the
Right.
changes to that material.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day.